So we spent a week in Seoul and somehow fit in ancient palaces, 2 tower climbs, a DMZ day trip, and even an epic Coldplay concert. This city has a way of mixing old and new that just works. One moment you're walking through a 600-year-old temple, and the next you're inside a mall with a futuristic public library. We explored everything from quiet Hanok alleys to busy street markets, stood steps from North Korea, and found some peaceful moments too. If you're thinking about coming to Seoul, or just curious about what a week here really looks like, you're in the right place. So to start our South Korea trip, we actually had a layover in Beijing. This was our first time in China, and the airport was kind of funky, but very quiet. One of the first things we did in Seoul was go up to Seoul Tower. This is in Namsan Mountain Park, and the time of year that we went, it was April, and the cherry blossoms were out. It was a beautiful walk up the mountain.
You can also get a bus up here if you don't want to walk.
This tower was South Korea's first general radio wave tower to block North Korean broadcasts in 1971. The tower itself was nice. It had good views across the whole city. Seoul is very mountainous, so it's nice to look at from an aerial view.
We also went up the Lotte World Tower for the Skybridge tour, and this is just inside the sort of mall at the base of the tower. It's actually the tallest building in South Korea and the 5th tallest globally. And I believe the Skybridge tour, which we have some pics of here, is the tallest outdoor activity you can do in the world.
Hello.
While you're still on a building.
Taking a video.
It was difficult to take pictures and videos up there, so this is the best we got.
And then also with your ticket, you get to go inside the tower. Also, this guy is King Sejong the Great. He's known for creating the Korean alphabet. So out with the towers, one of the first things we did in the city was head to this palace.
This is the largest and most iconic of Seoul's palaces. You can see changing of the guard here, and you actually get free entry if you're wearing a hanbok, which is the traditional Korean clothing. That's why you see a lot of people, this couple here, wearing it. It's kind of like the Korean equivalent of London changing of the guard.
Yeah, it is nice to see them in their traditional warrior outfits.
But if you don't want to get dressed up, the entry is pretty cheap.
Which we opted for.
It was too hot to wear one of those outfits.
The grounds for this palace were huge. We were in here for a few hours, just wandering through all the various temples and things. It's very pretty though, very serene. And my personal favorite thing that we did in Seoul was go to the Jogyesa temple. And it happened to be Buddha's birthday, which we didn't know, rocked up, and there was probably hundreds, if not thousands, of colorful lanterns, as you can see here. I loved it. It really was magical.
And if you're thinking what it looks like at night, if they're lit up, we did come by one night and unfortunately they weren't all lit up.
Still nice in the day, though.
Someone had a little bunny rabbit on the street. Very Korean. This is Insadong neighborhood. It's basically lined with traditional Korean shops, some tea houses, galleries, street food vendors, and this is where we got a drawing from a caricature artist. If you've ever been to Tokyo or Japan, it feels like that.
So this village is famous for its hundreds of Hanok, which are traditional Korean houses preserved in this real residential neighborhood. Right when you walk into the neighborhood, there's signs saying, like, please be quiet, people live here.
And this is Gangnam district, of course, as you can tell by the hands. And this is the Starfield Library, which is pretty famous on Instagram. You've probably seen pictures of it. The library is just a free open public library inside the COEX Mall, which is Asia's largest underground shopping mall. And there's over 70,000 books in there.
Here's another temple that was directly across from the mall in Gangnam. And this is the great statue of Maitre Buddha, who is 75 foot tall.
I really liked this temple, actually. It was much quieter than the other ones, and yeah, unexpected. This is Hongdae district, which is the youth and arts district, known for its nightlife and sort of K-culture. So think K-pop and all that sort of stuff.
And arcades.
Yeah, arcades everywhere, so you can win little keychain toys.
Speaking of which, like this one. Who doesn't want a little otter in his spa?
With a towel on his head. It's 27 centimeters.
Oh. I'm not sure if these lanterns tied in with Buddha's birthday lanterns or if they're just always there, but it looks like they're handmade, and it was really pretty seeing them all lit up at once.
This is another park at the base of the Seoul Tower.
So, if you're going to North Korea, of course you have to go to the DMZ. Here we are on the first stop of ours at the Gangnam Suspension Bridge. You'll see that everyone has a lanyard. Ours were green and our guide was SJ. We stuck to this guy like glue. We listened to everything he said. Can we take photos? Can't we take photos? You don't ask questions here. It's a military zone. We just do what he said. And all went well. The suspension bridge itself was a bit so-so for us. It was foggy, and these things are just sort of time fillers because the thing you have to get a ticket for on the day is the third infiltration tunnel, and I believe maybe the Dora Observatory as well. So once you get those time slots, then you know when you can go, and then your guide will take you to these other areas to learn about the history between North and South Korea. So also, when you think of the DMZ, you probably think of the JSA or the Joint Security Area. That is those two blue buildings that you see where you can technically step foot into North Korea. Well, this has been suspended for everyone. As of July 2023, there was an American soldier who was on a tour just like this and thought he could run across the border. Obviously, that did not go down well, so it's been suspended for everyone. After this, it was our time slot for the third infiltration tunnel. This is one of the 4 known tunnels dug by North Korea beneath the DMZ, discovered in 1978. No photos were allowed, so this is the only one we got before. Basically, you're given a hard hat. You have to crouch down into this claustrophobic dark tunnel and walk just under half a mile to the edge of this tunnel where I guess you peek into the North Korean side. I'm not really sure, but it was okay, I guess.
Overall, we really loved South Korea. It has a similar vibe to Japan. It's just a classic, safe, friendly, cheap Asian country. It's not really on many people's radar compared to Japan, but it's a great country to visit. And in fact, we want to go back and visit Busan and the island of Jeju.